All right. What is happening, everybody? Good morning and welcome back to Sodi Pop on YouTube. We're ready to get this. What's up, Dash? How you doing? Good to see you again. Whoop. Let's make sure the mic is all ready to go. All right. Oops. Oh, we don't have my backlight on. That's why. Like something's wrong. Something's not looking right. All right. We are almost ready to go. 1 second. Let me go to my screen here. We got Jermaine Rogers, Specimen, up and ready. All right, perfect. We are back in action. I changed my setup a little bit because I was filming some stuff and I moved some lights around, unplugged some stuff, and didn't plug them back in. So we are back ready to go. Boom. Okay, cool. I'm doing fine, man. What we into today? Only the drop. Yeah, we'll talk about the drop. Talk about the other drop coming up, which is pretty big and not big at the same time because it's Kraven's Last Hunt. So this one, it's the first arc that they're doing on VeVe. Kraven, if you're familiar, he's a hunter, always trying to hunt Spider-Man, most dangerous game, blah blah blah. He was in the cartoon series as well. I don't know how big he's gonna be. Let's see if he has a movie coming up. Does Kraven have a movie? He might, since Kraven the Hunter. Here's an article from IGN. Sunday, January 16th. Is that 2020? 2021? All right. Spider-Man No Way Home was almost a Kraven the Hunter movie if the multiverse didn't work out. So, interesting. All right. So, they're thinking about Kraven the Hunter, as of course, because he is a big villain. Let's get some links, pinks. I'm all in for the pink one, that's for sure. I've chosen. Unfortunately, couldn't find my massage gun today. My girlfriend used it last in her hand, and I quietly woke her up this morning at 7 a.m. I'm like, hey, where's the massage gun? I have no clue where it is, and she did not know either. So I'm gonna go try and probably do a little either timing or I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and get the pink one. There's super limited edition. Again, about 100,000 or so people going on in every drop. So I'm not sure. I usually don't have the best of luck, but I'm going to get one. Did you hear about that recent record Spider-Man comic sale? 3.8 million for one page of a book. Massage gun game is naughty. It is naughty, but I do what I got to do, you know. I've only used it once and I messed up. And then I didn't try it again. I actually used it for the Labbits Christmas drop, and you have to just time it right. I wasn't smart about it. I practiced. There's like a ball attachment that I practice with, and then I let the person who told me about it. He's like, "Oh no, you got to use the fork attachment." So I used that last second and screwed me all up. I'm gonna blame it on that because why not? You have to blame it on something, right? So the one page of the Spider-Man comic book that was from Secret Wars. So Spider-Man single page 3.8. Not 3.58, 3.8. So yeah, that was from the Secret Wars, which apparently is actually they're going to be MCU or something is going to be doing some movies on it. And so I know the Comics and Crypto guys have bought a bunch of Secret Wars stuff. On Thursday, 2 pages of original art from the 1984 comic book featuring the web slinger fetched the winning bids of nearly 3.7 million total. Oh my God. How awesome would it be if something that I own, preferably in VeVe, went for that much? Massage gun gate, let me switch I have everything on the wrong side because I'm reading comments way over here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here we go. Oh, that's what I'm doing. All right, let me get organized again. Let's see. I'm not familiar with this drop, but why the pink? There's 4 different bears by Jermaine Rogers called the Veil line. Red, pink, white, black, blue, and white. I think the pink is a show. Yeah, well, let's go over Jermaine Rogers real quick, and then we will jump into other stuff. So the Veil, Jermaine Rogers, big artist. He's made covers for Weezer. He's made covers for, I think he's doing something for Run the Jewels as well pretty soon. And then he's doing something for Cheech and Chong. But he's made all these covers. And he released the Duro during DCon, the Duro NFT V, which is that creepy bear. And so he has a whole story around what, if I can find it, maybe at least there's a picture, perhaps. Duro VeVe NFT. Maybe, perhaps. Am I spelling it wrong? Duro, D-U-R-O? Maybe, no. Anyways, was that creepy bear? Maybe creepy bear VeVe. I think it's called Creeping Duro VeVe NFT. Maybe that's it. Why am I not finding it? Ah, here we go. Creeping Duro. D-E-R-O. I was spelling it wrong. That's why. So this is the one that he released previously. And the thing is, they are like this alien race that are these bears. And then what they have done is they have created these bears to kind of infiltrate us and do their dirty work. But they have awoken to the point where they realize what they're doing, and now they're trying to warn humanity. So that's kind of the overall story. He has the story behind it. Interesting. The pink one is my favorite. The panda one. And then the panda one's pretty cool too. I'm not sure. Of course, you try and go for the most rare as possible. If you can. I am just going to be clicking today. So I'm going to go for an uncommon, which is the pink one. And I agree. I'm going to try that one too. But they each have little different pieces of flavor text behind them. So we'll start with the common one, specimen number 72. I am sensing that everything I know is a facade. Something is wrong. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. All right, he's going to be 40. And I hate that it's not blind box again. I don't know why they keep on trying to push not blind boxes on us. They switched it for last time because everyone was annoyed. I don't know why they keep on doing it. But the list price is going to be 40 gems. And it is a common at 3,333. I'm assuming this will be, for around maybe 80 gems to 100 gems drop, maybe 120. Specimen 129 is going to be uncommon at 2,222. Where others have been reckless, I will be disciplined. Their eyes are roving to and fro, discerning thoughts, feelings, and motives. I will hide my mind. They cannot have it. And then specimen number 80. The Duro are not your friends. Do not give them your trust. They have studied you. It's a game. You will lose it. He is in at 70 gems. So last one was 60 gems, or 50 gems still. It was 40. Wait, it was 40, 50. Yeah, 40, 50, and we jumped to 70 gems. First appearance, of course. And this one will probably go for a couple hundred, like maybe 300-400, as is tradition with these types of drops. And then specimen number 4 for ages. I have served at the bottom of the world beneath the great caves of ice. They hide their things. Everyone is lying to you. I know. I have seen it. And that will be going for 90 gems. There are 999. And I'm assuming it's going to be like 1.3, 1.4K. That's what kind of seem to be the going rate, and the uncommon pink one will probably be for 120, 150. So I am pretty cool with getting that pink one. I think it's gonna be just fine. Specimen number 01 already released on VeVe, or is that the Duro one? Specimen, they are different. So again, the specimens are the ones that were created by the Duro, and they're different. So Creeping Duro is like, think of them as the alien race. They're the overlords, and then they created these specimens. So this is the first drop of the specimens at all. I don't know if there's a specimen number 01. I was actually looking at his art today, so we can see if maybe he has a little bit more info. He has some pretty crazy. So he has the rabbits, the killer rabbits on VeVe as well. You've seen these before. I think there's a golden one as well. So lots of, let's look at his toys. He has some really cool art. So these are the Duro, and these are the Veil East. So the Veil is part of Zero, so there's a Creeping Duro. This looks like another Duro. This number 70, number 129, although it does say 72 on his face. All right. But yeah, I don't know if there's a specimen number 1. That's a good question. But these guys have been on different covers of, I think it was on Weezer, Jermaine Rogers Weezer cover, I believe it was. I think he did one for Weezer. Yeah. So the pink one is on the Weezer cover, as you have seen. It's actually awesome. So if you like Weezer, that's one to go for. And then he also did a couple other covers. Jermaine Rogers cover. Oh, looks like he did a Childish Gambino one. Album cover. He's done a bunch of covers, I know. But yeah, that's where the main one where the specimen are. So it has a whole bunch of album artwork in general, but that's the one I know where the specimen are. I know there's one more. I keep on forgetting who it is. Always remember, son, some voices are treble, some voices got bass. Have the kind of voice that is in the face. Interesting. Very intense artwork. All right, so yeah, specimen number 1, don't know, but these are specimen number 72, 129, 80, and 04. And 129 is on the Weezer cover. That's going to be pretty cool. This is in the same kind of line as a Creeping Duro, and that was released during Decon. And then of course you have the killer rabbits. Rabbits is a big thing on, if you haven't noticed, VeVe has a lot of rabbits, so it's a thing on VeVe for sure. So just keep that in mind. Dush, what one are you gonna go for? Let me know in the comments. Also, I wanted to look at some Reddit comments as always, because I think it's really fun. There's some interesting questions. People were concerned again about MTL as always, and then everyone has their opinions about what's going to be expensive. It's crazy because you look and everything's undervalued all the time, which in general, you know, I think things are going to go up as we have 20,000 people coming a day. Things are going to keep on going up and up and up for sure, just because new people are coming in, new entrants into the market. So this person says, I believe the Joker FA and Harley Quinn FA are direct proportional with Batman Todd FA and FE Rizzo, and they are super undervalued right now. It is a huge undervalue until more DC Batman fans find out about VeVe. And yeah, I actually happen to believe in that. They're probably just as big as Batman, and you have to keep in mind, so this Harley Quinn, what is it, number 89? So that Harley Quinn, Tim What's the artist's name? Harley Quinn number, I think it's number 89. Number 56, Bruce Timm. He made the character for the TV show, and he's the actual creator. So it's the first official Bruce Timm. He is the creator of this Harley Quinn, and it is the only Bruce Timm that's on the platform right now at all. So there's not going to be any more season ones Bruce Timms. You know, we might not get till season 5 or 6 or whatever. So he's the creator of Harley Quinn. That's pretty big. Harley Quinn has been going for a decent amount recently, for sure. This Joker has pumped up, or it's not that Joker, but it's the first appearance Joker, the Jim Lee Joker, has pumped up an insane amount to like 1,400, 1,500. But that's a really good point, is that the first Joker that's common, the Bruce Timm Harley Quinn, let's see how many she actually has. If my app will load here, I might actually have to go back on over here and see if we can find it. Actually, I'm not going to use, this website is difficult to use for that. So I'm going to go to mynfttracker.com and look at NFTs. And it's 7:53. I'm always trying to pay attention to time. I missed it once on stream. Try not to miss it again. Did these NFTs stimulated to watch the series if you have not already watched or maybe watching more of them before? I have already seen the Batman series. I have definitely seen, but I am reading the comics now. So I downloaded the Marvel Comics app and I'm reading through the different series of comics. It's interesting. The very first ones, I probably will end up skipping these because they're super, super simple storytelling. It's like written by a kid because it's like the first ever comics, right? So it's like, oh, and they went into their spaceship and they got cosmic rays and they came back down to Earth and now she's invisible. It's like very much that simple. It's crazy. So which is fun to have like comic history. It's actually really fun to see the artwork and panels. That's what's more fun about it to me. But yeah, let's see. Harley Quinn. I'm gonna make sure my app is ready to go. All right, good. I got my gems in there, ready to go for that. Harley Quinn, Bruce Timm. Man, nothing wants to load today. Here we go. Bruce Timm, Harley Quinn. So she's around 900, 1,000. I want to see how many editions. So there's only 7,500, pretty limited. I think that's what the Todd Batman are. And again, Todd Batman is the first ever minted thing on VeVe. So it has that going for it. It has a lot of other going for it. Let's make sure we're ready for this. All right, 50 gems. We are ready more or less. For some reason, my collection was loading. We have about 5 minutes left. I'm gonna make sure. All right, probably gonna do a line gate for this one and hope for the best. Good luck today, Sodi. What you going for? Where in Cali are you? I'm in San Diego, and then I will be going for number 129, the pink one as well. That's definitely where it's at. I agree with you. Especially, he's on the Weezer cover. It's cool. A little bit more pop culture. I think pop culture is really important with any one of these. That's why Spider-Man has taken off a crazy amount, just because in popular culture, he's so huge with video game. He's had really good video games. He's had a series, and that's how Batman is too. He's had a series. He's had great video games. The Avengers, very similar thing. They've had really great movies, great video games. You could say they've had some good video games recently with the Square Enix one. But yeah, I'm not FOMOing into a pink even if I get it on drop or not. Yeah, I'm not going to buy any of these in the aftermarket. It's not my thing, not my jam. I've been lucky enough to sell a few things and then purchase a few other things. And I got a Dr. Doom, so I'll be probably completing that Fantastic Four set of the Mighty Marvels if a couple others drop in price. Because I have Invisible Woman, I have the Mr. Fantastic, I still need the Thing, and the Flame On Guy. I always call him Flame On Guy. You know who I'm talking about. Fantastic Four. But yeah, I'm not going to be FOMOing into any of these in the aftermarket. If I get the pink one, I get the pink one. If he, she, whatever Specimen 129 is, if they're going for like 400 in aftermarket, I might drop that and try and go for something else. I'm trying to save up for whatever's coming next, and I really do want that Mickey hat if possible, as my voice cracks. But every time, like, I got the ultra rare of Amazing Spider-Man #1, and I got the ultra rare of the Marvel Comics #1, and they've been doing pretty darn well for me. And I almost thought about flipping those, but those are kind of grails. At least the Marvel Comics #1 is a grail, so I'll probably hold on to that for long term. That's going to be a Todd Batman type thing, blue chip. Amazing Spider-Man #1, I don't know if it gets to the price of the hat, Mickey Gold Moments hat. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. How many collectibles do you have, if you feel comfortable saying? I have like 100. I'm a pretty moderate collector. I have 109 right now. I do have some valuable ones. I have a couple of Todds, but I'm definitely I'd say baby collector compared to Brent. I know Brendan's killing it. I know a couple other people are just killing it on the app. I have some into Omi, and I have a bunch into crypto in general. And this is, I will be putting some new stuff into the market, but not yet. Not until there's like a big drop, to be honest. All right, we got a couple minutes left, so let's concentrate. I'm gonna get my world clock up again. My stream is a little bit ahead of what you're seeing, so 15-20 or behind what you're seeing, so 15-20 seconds. So don't pay attention to my world clock. Just want to keep saying that. You have 0. That's okay, man. Honestly, we're still super early. It doesn't take much at all. It takes one drop. Learn the aftermarket. You know, if you can get it, if you get this drop, it's not a bad idea. I guess I would, if I were beginning today, we'll talk about that afterwards because the drop is coming right up. We'll talk about that afterwards. Oops, I didn't text my group. Well, hopefully they should be paying attention. I know my girlfriend has woken up. Okay. Boom. Got the drop happening. Hate that that isn't blind box again, but that's okay. All right. A few seconds. I'm gonna play some music while we're getting this drop. Definitely aired out for me. And no, doesn't look like I got it. I do not have good luck on these low mint drops at all. Granted, the last, like, really, the decon ones, I was at decon. So I had iPhone 7 Plus and hotel Wi-Fi. Or my 4G with a million other phones around me. So it was really not easy, not the best circumstances to get any drops while I was there. And I think almost everyone there's very, very few people who got consistent drops. Maybe 1 or 2 people did that I heard of. My girlfriend said the buy now button never appeared for her. You know what? I wonder if she was on the right screen. I don't know if she knew to click in. I don't think she did. All right, let me know if you guys got one. Hope so. Good luck, guys. It's glitched. It's on 45 minutes again. Ah, that sucks. That's annoying. Yeah, my girlfriend didn't know she had to click in at one. Even though I talked about it yesterday. Yes. Some people you train, they gotta do it themselves, you know. Okay. Trying to see if try and go back in it for a minute, see if we can get a rebound. I don't. Oh, these are by far my least favorite ones because you go into them, they're harder to get in general, and again, the way the app is, the way the app is here is it's it's long, so you have to scroll down to get to the buy now button when you're scrolling back in, and it's just an annoying process. So we will see. We're 2 minutes here. Let's go back down. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dush. Yeah, sometimes it it glitches. I know I've had a timer glitch, and I've had it on my phone. I've had it elsewhere. Oh shoot, I should have got it on my phone. That's the thing I've been forgetting to do. If you have two devices, is one of them, use one of them to try and click and to get it. And then the second device, it's not a bad idea to just let hang out. And then the buy now button will still appear. And then it's probably a little bit easier to get the rebound. I know if that's how I've gotten rebounds. But I forgot to go in on my phone because I was texting. So that was my fault. But yes, so we have just 10 seconds left. Let's see. Again, I'm about 15 seconds behind you guys, so don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, no rebound for me, it looks like. Again, very limited, and that's fine. That's the other thing, is that there's about 100,000 people going for it. So especially for this one, don't feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad for anyone, because there's so many people going for it. But, yeah. No, all of them will say sold out within the second it happens. That's happened since many, many months ago. All of them are sold out instantaneously. The only other chance is possibly a rebound, which is about every 4 minutes. They seem to be released. If you still have the buy now button that appears, you can just keep on clicking that and spamming that. And then line up the arrow button with buy now button so it's a little bit easier. And that's the ways I've gotten rebounds. Again, to that Spider-Man comic, the Red Goblin, I got the secret rare from the rebound by doing that. So I was fortunate enough to do that. But before then, I hadn't gotten a rebound for quite a while. Definitely since before the holiday ones. Probably wasn't like October was maybe the last rebound I got since then, because they've fixed their servers. So the buy now button has been disappearing for me, and trying to enter back in hasn't worked for me at all. Brendan, let me know. I'm sure Brendan is trying to play the game. He's trying to go back in and out. He's a pro at this. He knows what he's doing. What do you think when the MTL is implemented on VeVe? I have a whole video on that coming out. Long story short, I think they are releasing it in phases, so it won't be quite the system shock that people might be thinking. And just because everyone is thinking it's going to crash, and when I say everyone, I say that with an asterisk. The fear I see on Reddit and on Twitter that aren't from like other YouTubers like me or something is MTL is going to crash, people are going to cash out. And yeah, that might happen in the short term. If I were a whale, if I had millions in this app, I would probably try and crash the market because there's already a general fear there. And then you make that fear happen for a little bit at least. Then people sell out, they get scared. They're like, hey man, I have this Todd Batman. Screw it. I'm lucky enough to have it. I'm going to take my $6,000 or $5,000 and just go. And that's a huge amount of money. Like it really is for a lot of things. You could use that for a lot of things. and they'll be happy for a minute, and then the whales will buy up the floor, and people like me, the minnows that kind of feed off the whales, will also do what I can, and then it'll go back up. And that's what I think will most likely happen. But if anything, MTL just, it gives me more fit. If MTL wasn't around or even discussed, I would never be in this app. I would think it's crazy. And again, they did mention in the AMA, I have a voice clip of Dan saying that taking the money out of the app was originally not part of the deal. They were like, no, it's just going to be inside the app. It's going to be its own thing. And that didn't enter in until later, which I thought was insane. I thought it was insane they even said it. That was like scary to me that that was a thing at one point. I'm glad they have since switched away from that, because I think these would be worthless without that. They really would. Did you get the Todd on the drop or secondary market? Well, back when the Todd was released, you could actually just log into the app and buy a few things that weren't gone yet. And so I could have, and they would sell in order. So number one would be the first to sell, number two would be the second to sell. And so I bought one Todd. So I bought two Pogos like back to back. So they're sequential numbers. One's like 679, one's 680. I don't remember the numbers, but that's like what they are. And so Todds, you could just log in like you would the store, and you would just buy it right from the store. And you could do that for at least a few weeks or a month. And then I remember seeing on the Reddit page someone being like, "Oh, you don't know what I didn't know what FA was. I didn't understand the meaning behind it." And we're like, okay, like I bought him because I thought he was the coolest looking Batman. I know Todd McFarlane, and I don't know him personally, but I know the name and everything, and I know some different comics he's been involved in, of course, Spawn. And so I'm like, yeah, I think he's like the coolest looking Batman. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of Batman. Why are there so many Batman? Like I was kind of confused as to why that was happening. And because I wasn't a collector before this. I'm into gaming and crypto. And so I just kind of started discovering it. And then there's someone posted, people are just like buying up Todds left and right. I'm sure the Todd Father was one of them. And people are having showrooms of just filled with Todds. I'm like, maybe there's something to this. And so I bought a second one, and I'm like, okay, well, it's fine. I've put enough into it, which I, of course, regret immensely right now. And yeah, that goes back to also the comics. You could have bought a lot of them. Marvel Comics #1 or Fantastic Four #1 had like 3 gems when they were first released, because people didn't know how to value them. They didn't know enough about them. Again, until the real collectors come in, like you almost don't know what to do if you're not, because most people in here aren't collectors on the back end. What do you think that, did you get Todd? Yeah, okay. I already read that, Dash. Come on. No, it's not your fault. I'm still trying to get, what are we at? 810 here. So we'll try again. I'm kind of like mindlessly clicking in and out. We'll try again at 812, and then we'll probably call it a day for that. Is the market open? Probably not. Let me reload my app. And then we have essentially 8 days of straight drops. Does it start on Monday? When does it start? Yeah, I think it starts on Monday. So we had Saturday, Sunday, and then we have another, a lot of drops happening. And these are comic drops, so they're only 7 gems, which is awesome. That's the cool part, is you have a good chance. And let's see, they have 30,000 editions, 30,000 editions, 30,000 editions, 30,000, 30,000, 30,000. Okay, so they're all 30,000 editions. Just wanted to make sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you guys a headache by scrolling so fast. Yeah. So all 30,000 editions. We'll take a look at that in just a second. The market, yeah, the market's not open. Let's go back to the veil here. A few more seconds for me. Why don't they charge more for comics? I don't know, probably because comics are pretty cheap for them. to produce. And I think comics there's a lot more of them too. There's 30,000, and they're not the same premium. Like comics in real life, and that's probably what they're trying to mimic, is comics in real life aren't $20, you know? I think if you were to buy, that's a good question. I have no idea how much like a normal comic is nowadays. I want to say it was like $5 as I was growing up, depending on if it was a collectible or not. But yeah, I think they're probably mimicking normal comic prices. And the thing is, anyway, they get so many fees from the secondary market that's where they really make their money. Yeah, they get 100% of everything sold. So 30,000 comics. Let's just see here. And the majority of it goes probably to the so like Marvel, or at least a good percentage does. So 30,000 times 7. So they get $210,000 with each of these sales times what? There's 5 of them? Are there 5? Oops, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. So they're gonna make $1.25 million, 1.25 million about. Pretty cool, not too bad to be like they're guaranteed going to get that in. And it's not, their overhead, they're not running a brick and mortar operation. You know, they do have plenty of overhead. They're paying AWS fees, and they're paying their employees, and they're paying their licensees, but they have that. And then they're going to get this, because each one of these is going to sell maybe a couple times on the secondary market, especially the expensive ones. So from this single drop, or this single series of drop, they're going to make multi millions. I mean, their business, they're privately held, so we're not privy to their numbers, but I'm very curious as to what their numbers are. If they say their cash numbers, obviously they say the user growth and everything, but man, VeVe is just killing it. That's good for us too, because they can put more resources into the VeVeverse, into making these nice, into building relationships, into hiring new devs, into hiring and training, because they can't just hire new devs, they have to train them. A lot of people, I think, misunderstand that. Why don't you hire 100 more people? Well, it takes time to train them and to make sure they're not a mess. Think about if you're at your job and a new person is hired, like how long it takes to just train them to do some basic things, unless they come in really good. But even then, you still have to, this is how we operate, this is how we do things. Especially with NFTs, it's such a new thing. Not many people do this at all. Which if you're a dev or something and you're super into this, start learning this stuff. Morales Web3 series, Morales Web3 series, or DApp University on YouTube. I started taking some Morales courses. I really like it. I did the basic Ethereum, basic crypto, basic Bitcoin, which I knew a lot of that stuff, but then it taught me a lot more about unspent transactions and all these things at Bitcoin. So technically you can trace back each Bitcoin to like where it's from. Technically, the way it works, because it's a little bit different from the way it works with Ethereum, with the unspent transaction outputs and stuff. Why don't they charge more for comics? I think it's pretty expensive nowadays, the comics. Do you think buying from auctions is a good idea for low valued items? They could be good deals. I think auctions, the way I would approach auctions is you can sort by ones that will recently end. Because the auctions are like 2 days, and they're supposed to shorten how long you can do the auctions for, I heard. Or they're supposed to get more options. I don't know exactly what they'll be. They said at one AMA, I can't remember exactly what they said. But the way to do auctions is to sort by when they're ending, and to try and get them right before they end. And hopefully it's a good price, because you're kind of you're going to auctions, you waste your time. You're going to put a bid, and it's going to be live for 2 days, and it's going to get outbid, right? So you try and go in, you sort by when it's ending, and then you try and find a good deal, and you try and get in right before it ends. And that's the best way you can do it. You can also find some maybe lower mint numbers that way if you're into that. I'm not personally into, I know Brendan has a lot of lower mints, number 69s and stuff, number 420s. I try and get sub 1,000 if it's close to the price. And I've gotten quite a few ones that are, within 10% of the floor price that are sub 1,000. My recent Dr. Doom purchase, he's number 725, great number. And I got him for within 10% of the floor price, or maybe 15%, because I think he was like 770 was the floor price. So I paid 850 for him, and now the floor price is above that 850, and then I have a pretty low mint number, which is awesome. Do you think buying from auctions, is it worth for like 5 gem profit? I don't have any luck on drops, so I don't know how to expand my portfolio. Gotcha. I understand what you mean. Well, it's difficult for me to full-heartedly recommend tons of stuff right now. And the only reason I say that is because everything's kind of been going up, right? So if you want to build a little base, if the market was open, I could be a little bit more, chill a little bit more. But what I would do is I would go on YouTube, I'd look up Comics and Crypto or Sleeping Comics, because they both have sheets on their tier list. And this is how I would start with a couple. I would make a list. I'd be very, because if you're just collecting, that's one thing, you know, try and get what you like. If you're in it for money, that's another thing. And I think you can do it for both, certainly. And I'm doing it for both, where I'm trying to flip some certain things to get more things. And I have added to what I have because I flipped, fortunately. Not too much. What are we looking at? Comics and Crypto. So we'll just click into one of their videos. Let's look at their sheets. So the rankings and value. So you'll see their #1 rank. And actually their Twitter has a better, they like have a nice graphic that they do. Maybe it's up here. They post a lot of stuff. There's 3 of them, so they're constantly posting stuff. Well, they have a nice graphic that they do. Anyways, we'll come back to that. So #1 and #2, Marvel Comics #1, Fantastic Four #1, Amazing Spider-Man #1. So that's exactly what I based my decision off of. Is I went into here, looked at what's important. You got your FA, your first issue, and so I concentrated on the top 4, or the top 4 here. Marvel Comics #1 Ultra Rare pumped like crazy, or the Secret Rare pumped like crazy to like 70K, almost 100K, and the Ultra Rare just kind of stayed around the same $1,000-ish price, and I had the ability to trade in. Now what you can do if you have less is that you can look at the common and see where that is. So the common's probably around 300 or 400 right now, and the uncommon, if it's around that price, it's most likely going to stay above it and move up and usually follow it. So I would maybe get an uncommon or 2 and try and flip that later. Or you can look at, I like the Spider-Man because the Spider-Man are just more popular. So again, without knowing the prices on these, you have to really compare them to, like, Fantastic Four for some reason hung out around 80 gems for forever, while Marvel Comics and Amazing Spider-Man #1 will taking off past 150. You know, Marvel Comics #1, the common was past 300 at one point. I think it was up to 400 like last night. So I tend to prefer the Spider-Man and the Marvel Comics #1, and that's how I traded. So when I traded a Golden Moment skateboard for, again, I did the same thing, Ultra Rare Spider-Man #1 instead of the Secret Rare. Secret Rare is like 14K or whatever it is, but I felt like, okay, this is going to fall a little bit, and it did. Not nearly as much as the Marvel Comics #1, but it did go up like 60% or something. Well, again, that's a lot. That's crazy. So again, without knowing, this is where I'd start, and I'd start to have a list of what I like. And then I would look at the prices currently. I would go to see if I can see the price history. Where can you see the price history? You can look at, let me log in here at Ecomi Wiki. Actually, this is an easier way for me to do it. So look at Ecomi Wiki. Let me log in really quick. Unfortunately, you have to pay for the graphs right now, but we can look at a few things. Yeah, I'm just waiting on the Black Widow drop. She's one of my favorite. Yeah, Black Widow's awesome. They have the first introduction to the Black Widow comic on the app as well. So maybe we've seen when like the Invisible Woman, when the Invisible Woman drop was announced for this week, we saw the Invisible Woman take off the Mighty Marvel. So that might happen with the Black Widow comic as well, the first introduction. And the cover for the Black Widow, I actually have I think it's the uncommon. I got it off the drop, and it's really fantastic, actually. I almost think it should be a secret. Like they're nowadays, the way they do the secret rares for most of these, the first common and uncommon are the original cover. Rare and ultra rare are these like new covers that are made specifically for VeVe, and they're a little like newer looking. And then the secret rare is like a really awesome, very simple version, which is or the Scarlet Witch, but they have one for the Black Widow too. Oh my gosh. I'm excited for them to update the app at some point because it always glitches out at me. So this is but they have one for Black Widow too. Oops. Turn it back on face cam. But like very simple artwork. Very nice. Very clean cut. The Black Widow, they have something very similar. So maybe the Black Widow one will take off once they announce Black Widow at some point. I have no idea when. They have their own slate of stuff they're releasing. Yeah, I can't really see prices on any of this quite yet. So that first I would make a list. Then now do the same thing with collectibles. What are you interested in? What do you think is a good value? Anything in season 1 and anything in almost anything in season 1 has done really well. Unicornals are probably the cheapest of season 1 right now. You could probably look at some different Batman stuff. You know, the Batman Who Laughs is technically season 2, but he has a first appearance. So to go season 1, first appearances are always my top. Of course, there's the Grails, and the Grails differ for everyone, but I would say golden moments are pretty obviously the Grails. Todd Batman, Rizzo Batman, and then these 3 comics. Marvel #1, Fantastic Four, and Amazing Spider-Man #1 right now. Marvel #1 is in by far the lead. The other 2 are less of Grails, but they will keep up, I think, in general with the app. So you look what's available after that. What's not a Grail, but still really important. Almost any FA. And that's more collectibles. Yes, they're first appearances of all these guys in comics. They're a little bit harder. Comics, I would mainly stay with these top 3 or 4. It's kind of a crapshoot. Daredevil is really important. I know Sleeping Comics loves Daredevil. I know it's really important, and at some point that will probably take off, but it doesn't move as quick. But I think almost anything FA, if you can get it. The Batman Who Laughs might be a really good one, number 89, Batman Who Laughs. But yeah. So I would start there without having my thoughts written down. I should probably make a video on this because it's not as simple. I want to teach you how to fish. I just don't want to tell you what's a good deal right now because it's really hard to see. Everything has kind of just been going up. Invisible Woman, if you want to get started, below floor price. Things don't stay below floor price for even. And I think the most obvious She never pulls up on here, the Batgirl. Yeah, she never pulls up on here. So the non-FA Batgirl, we're gonna look at the first appearance of Batgirl is the one where she's doing this like kicking pose, right? And she's doing super well. So we'll take away all these charts. Let's see, January 1st, she was at $69. She is now more than doubled to $229. That is awesome. But then there was a Batgirl that was released that wasn't first appearance. She was released at 50 gems, stayed for a while below, like around 35, 40 gems you can get her for. And now for some reason it won't let me look her up on these charts. I don't know if they don't have her or something. Let me see about my NFTs. My NFTs might have her. But she is above the 50 gems now. And you can sell her for, and she's non-first appearance. That's why I bring her up, because Storm was similar, but Storm was first appearance, where she was below for her selling value, and now she's above. So that might be a good like purchase as far as like just to get something, and then it'll be more in a little bit, because it has done the opposite of pumping. But that's more of a risk because not first appearance. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. So yeah, this is the common. She launched at 50 gems. She's been at 42. A lot of listings. So a lot of people are trying to sell. Yeah, around 2,000 total listings. The market isn't open yet. The reason I want the market to open is because I want to look at the Batgirl. And of course, today's drop. But yeah, let's see if we can look at, let's go to my NFTs. It's better. Need to learn the basics. I hope I get the collectible of Black Widow and the Harley Quinn number 18. Are there any NFTs on VeVe that is below floor? Yes. So I just showed you the common of Invisible Woman. Common. $42, $40, 50 was the floor. Or below the drop price. But again, the reason I bring that up is because not many things, if at all, stay below the drop price. Zombie. Let's look at Zombie Captain America, the common, that stayed below the drop price for a while. For a long time. I'll zoom out here. So I think the drop price was 50 again. And then you could get them for very, very similar. So about 30, 35, the same thing as Batgirl. 30, 35 now is pumped up to around 70 and is around 60 right now. So you got double your money. Again, everything is pumping right now. I don't know if I would buy him at 60. It is a first appearance. So that's why I brought up Batgirls, because she wasn't a first appearance. She's the artist Alley. But there's a very strong theme among these premium digital collectibles. They all have kind of a very similar art style between Storm and Fantastic Four and the Zombie Hunter and the Zombie Captain America. But I would assume she's probably not going to go to crazy prices soon in the next week or two. But I would assume she'd move above floor. And she's at 42 gems right now, 40 gems right now. She moves up to 60. Cool, that's a little bit of a gain. But, maybe set a sell for 70 or 80 and hopefully you get it. Or, 97. And then try and trade that into something else that you also like. It's just hard today because for the past week, 2 weeks, things have just been going up in general. So I hesitate to say a lot of stuff without looking at the prices, because I'm much more of a value buyer. I want to see it. Let's look at Zombie Captain America, 410. So the way I would personally look at this is I see he has pumped and dropped. And okay, 515, he's already dropped. Maybe this would be fun to get it because he's dropped. Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, common. I have one of these. I think he has done the same thing. He's pumped a little bit. He dropped not too much. So I would want him to drop more. Ideally, you want to see him level out at some price. There's not enough price history to really know. There's also no big announcements. As soon as we see a Pokemon, a big announcement, a new Disney, a new something, I think we're going to see things drop out quite a bit. Yeah. Well, again, don't buy all comics. Not all these are worth. I would, again, stay concentrated on the top 4. Those have pumped quite a bit. Fantastic Four, the FA Dr. Doom might be pretty good. You could buy some commons. They were around 80. I don't know what they are today. Again, without the, let's see if the Komi Wiki, their price feed has been wonky. That's why I'd much rather look at the store right now. Stack comics and pour over collectibles. Yeah, lots of people have done that. Especially if you don't have many. Stacking some commons is not a bad idea. I really like Amazing Spider-Man #1 for that. And the common, let's see where the common is. 225. Oh no, that's not common. There we go. Common is 150. I don't think the common is 150 today. Might be 150 right now. Don't love that price. It's doubled in the past week even. But that might be what you got to pick it up as. Fantastic Four #1 might be a little bit cheaper. I really like the Dr. Doom stuff right now. You know, they're getting ready to cast the movie, so keep that in mind. You know, that news is going to be slowly trickling out. So hopefully we'll see little pumps here and there with Fantastic Four news. Let's look at the common. 143. So that's gone up recently too as well. I just don't love all these prices for buying right now. I think right now this is more of a seller's market. But yeah, if you're just getting into it, try and find deals. Write down some of these prices. You know, you probably don't have access to these charts. I think it costs it's not expensive. It's only like 10 euros a month. But it helps knowing what things have done previously. One thing I did was I was looking for deals. And the way I looked for deals is I was just looking for anything that I hadn't seen a big pump. So I looked at the Devil Bunnies. Let me reload this. The Devil Bunnies. Look at the gold one. And I was like, okay. We haven't seen, it's been kind of sideways this whole time. I was able to pick a couple up. You know, got up to 300 something. And I wanted him anyways. I know Tristan Eaton is an OG for sure. And he hadn't pumped up yet. He was like down below here. It was like at 240-ish. So, and that's essentially all I did. I saw, I think it was the colorized Devil Bunny that did pump. So the other ones in the series were pumping. This was back in the 1st of January. So he had pumped. He had more than almost doubled. Or no, he had gone up 50% to 3,000, was at 2,000. And then now is back down to 2,000. So you've seen they pump and drop. And whales, that's what they kind of do. They take stuff from one pot to another to another. No, Tito 420, I did not have any luck on the drop. I actually started crying live on stream. It was really embarrassing. But that's okay. We all connected, didn't we? You guys have any comics I can pick up that have potential to rise in price at 40 gems at the moment? For 40 gems. Well, what about Daredevil? Again, I try and stay in that top of comics. So Daredevil is #7. Journey into Mystery might be a good one. First appearance of Loki. Let's see what, I feel like those are all like 100 now. Let's reload this page again. Not my collectibles, all comics. So Daredevil. Daredevil number 1. Let's look at the common. What is that one going for? 85. Yep. Not too bad. Had a nice little pump. What else are we looking at? 40 gems. I might even concentrate on like the Mermaid Cornos. Because again, as more people come in, these things will tend to go up. But it probably won't keep up with everything else. That's the problem. But it's not bad. You're still making gems. And then Daredevil. What about Fantastic Four number 5? I think it's number 5. Always forget the Doctor Doom one. What's the Doctor Doom one? It is 5, yeah. But of course 12 pulls up for some reason. And then let's look at the common. Yeah, this one's around 102. And some of these prices might be off. They historically are off with this particular app. That's why I like having this, because they will eventually catch up to the prices. So it gives me the history of what it has done. And then I look at the market right now to see where it is. Okay, the market's opened. Now let's look at Specimen 1. Let's look at that pink bear. What's that going for? There's 181 listed. It's going for about 100, so exactly what I thought it would. The secret rare, or the ultra rare, the most rare one, is going for around 8/900. So I thought around 1,000, so about there. Let's look at the Batman Who Laughs. No, that one's going for almost 400 now. Everything has just gone up so much. So much. Even Ultraman has just like 4 or 5x. Yeah, Deadpool. The Rise of Ultraman. Yeah, for 40 gems right now, I don't, for anything right now, I don't love anything unless you're trading, like if I'm trading 1 golden moments for something else I think is more valuable at the time and I think will be better over time. But for just buying stuff right now, all right, the Amazing Spider-Man, the common going for 150. The Fantastic Four number 1, the common is going for 148, so 150 about. The first appearance of the Green Goblin, Amazing Spider-Man number 14, 26. That's probably where I would stick some of those gems. The common of that. Green Goblin's super popular. The Amazing Spider-Man number 14. Yeah. I'd probably buy one of those. I love X-Men. That's more for collectors. Fantastic Four number 5, first appearance of Doctor Doom, is going for 115. Ultimate Fallout, Miles Morales, that's going for 88. I really like that one. It's more than your 40 for sure. That's one that I'll definitely buy. But yeah, concentrating on the Spider-Man and the first appearance ones. First appearance of Dr. Octopus is 53. Not bad. And then Journey into Mystery, also the first appearance of Loki, but that one's 55, so round it for the common. So yeah, I would look at Amazing Spider-Man number 14, Fantastic Four number 5, Ultimate Fallout number 4, which is the Spider-Man Miles Morales, And then Journey into Mystery, number 85, which is first appearance of Loki. And Amazing Spider-Man number 3. Stay with the Spider-Mans, for sure. And then anything that's like a newer-ish comic just hasn't been performing super, super well in the app. I love X-Men, but they've had, I don't know, the X-Men comics they've released have been interesting. What about Amazing Spider-Man number 50? That's round 42, the Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Again, they're probably all I pumped. You have to spell it exactly right on this app. Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Let's look at the common here. Let's look at the history here. Has it done anything? Yeah, I mean, it was at 30, so it's gone up $10 since then. So what, 25%, 30%, whatever that is. I don't know, whatever percent. I can't do that in my head. But so it hasn't gone too crazy off the floor. That's probably, if I only had, less than 100 gems, that's where I'd concentrate. The Spider-Mans, whether it be the first appearance of Doc Ock, first appearance of the Green Goblin, or number 50, where he kind of gets tired of it and leaves the job. Those are very iconic. They're older. Spider-Man does super well in this app. And I think as new people come in, those will go up in price because they are somewhat cheap right now. So that's where I would probably concentrate my gems if I had very few today. But patience pays, but again, you have very few. So you don't have too many options, but just buy it and hold it and hang on. That's what I would do, not financial advice. All that stuff, disclaimers. Please, I'm not a financial advisor, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Any luck on drop? Tito 420. Did you guys get any drops? Did you get any luck on the drops here? So Dash, you guys have any comments I can pick up that have potential? The red is higher than the pink. Thoughts? The red is higher than the pink. So the red is the common, right? I mean, I think right off this drop, it's really hard to know. So the red is 149, the pink is 169. So not quite. They're pretty close in price. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Again, the pink was the one on the Weezer album. I don't know if the red is going to be on the Run the Jewels album or something, because I think he has Jermaine Rogers, Run the Jewels. I run the jewels fast, run the jewels fast. So, no, that's just, I mean, that's the artwork he did for him. So it wasn't anything to do with the bears here, the Duro or the specimens. But he's done from artwork for them. So that was just general artwork. I think he's done stuff for other people as well. Oh, Queens of the Stone Age. That's who we did it for. Jermaine Rogers, Queens of the Stone Age. That's who we did it for. That's right. But I don't know if it was the Bears. I thought it was the Bears, but maybe it wasn't. Yeah, maybe it wasn't. I'm not seeing them. Maybe this one? Yeah, it's like a concert poster type thing. So again, the pink 70, 72. So the pink one seems like the one to get to me. But no, number 72 is not pink, he's red. Am I missing something? I mean, this is clearly pink, right? And the Weezer one is clearly pink, but number 72 is the red one. Jermaine, you're messing with us. Oh well. All right, see you, Dash. Have a good time. Good luck. Let me know what you end up deciding. There's options, and I think the comic options are the best. There's really nothing in the realm that I'm too excited about price-wise. Everything all the stuff that was cheap has pumped. You could probably hop on, if you had more, I would probably buy one of the Mermaid Cornos, one of the cheaper ones that looks the coolest to you, and just hold on to it. That was my first purchase, was Pogo Unicorno, and it was like 19 gems, and he's up at like 80. So you just never know. But yeah, good luck, and then hopefully you get some drops in the future. I feel like you will. You definitely will get some drops. Just keep on working that clicking, the touching finger. All right. So we got streams all this week. Every single day, I'm going to read through all these comics. So we have Kraven's Last Hunt, this whole series. There's 6 series. Spider-Man number 31, 293, 131, part 4, 5, and 6. So it's going to be very, very interesting, really amazing covers, to be honest. Look at that, the Web of Spider-Man. That is an awesome, awesome cover. These are all awesome covers. And then, oh my God, look at, are all of them? This is all with the Symbiote Suit Spider-Man. I love the Secret Rare covers. Oh, that's an awesome Secret Rare cover. Jeez. So good, very nice and clean looking. And then the last one here. Oh, they went a little bit different with this last one. So not as clean looking as the previous 5, but a little bit different. I don't like it as much, but I'm sure will be very, very expensive. They're all only 30,000 variants. Again, lots and lots more comics will be released, so concentrate on the good ones. Concentrate on Spider-Man, the first appearances, and this goes for collectibles too in general. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you had a great time. Any more questions, please feel free to ask it in the comments. It's really weird. My viewers, I clearly have people commenting and talking here, but my viewers doesn't show correctly for some reason inside like the YouTube studio. So it's odd. So I don't necessarily know who is on it at any given time, but that is all right. So I will see you guys hopefully very, very soon, at least tomorrow morning. I should have something releasing later today about the MTL. I think it's going to be one of my better videos. And then remember, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. I have some more TikTok stuff coming out pretty soon as well. And Sodi Pop Media. Have a wonderful day. Remember, be yourself and eat a cookie. Bye.